Hi, this is a special video for Omer Yakobovich about premium processing. Omer, you think I don't understand the mindset of people applying for EB2 NIW? You have urgent questions. You want to know, am I going to get this I-140? Is my future going to be in the United States or is it not? Maybe I have a job offer in another country I'm weighing. Maybe I'm running out of time in my H-1B. Maybe I had some sort of status like parole that I'm afraid it's going to get revoked and I'm going to be out of status completely. I get it. Having information about our own life and our own immigration status is wonderful, and everybody wants to have it, and everybody wants to have it faster. I totally understand, and that's the argument for using premium processing, no matter how much it costs. On the other hand, a strong case is a strong case. I wish that were true. But let's look at reality. If you give the adjudicators a deadline to answer and a quota of how many cases they have to adjudicate a day and a set fixed number of work hours that they can't adjust, probably can't get overtime, probably not even allowed to do it for free if they want to, and really do they want to? Probably not. Let's look at the reality of how these adjudicators work. If your case is at the end of the timeline that they have to decide by, they need to take action. So they can do a quick approval, which is great, and we hope they will, or they can do an RFE. They can do an RFE that's nicely tailored, like they really thought about it carefully, and they gave you an RFE that really gives you a plan for what you need to do. Or they can give you what a lot of immigration attorneys call a kitchen sink RFE. I have gotten such sloppy RFEs in the past. Sometimes they mess up my beneficiary's name. They mess up what field they work in. They refer to them as she, and it was a man, or the opposite. They basically say, hey, with that no reflection that they actually read the case, hey, I don't like any of it. Like, you have to reprove every single point. You bring up that when you get an RFE, you might want to pull back the request and resubmit after fixing. I don't know if you mean that the RFE could be so bad that you withdraw the filing, or that the RFE just tells you what you need to supplement with in an RFE response. That's something that could happen whether you did regular processing or premium processing. My reason to suggest that everyone consider whether premium processing is good for their case is because I do think that increases the risk of an RFE. And it increases the risk of a really low quality RFE that is going to be really onerous, time consuming, and expensive to respond to, and probably has an increased chance of denial. Now, does the government give us that granular data to show us that your case is worse off if you choose premium processing than not? No, they don't. So what we have is a lot of anecdotal evidence by a lot of attorneys, a lot of people doing this work. Another point, I don't understand why I'd want it to be urgent. Actually, I do. Attorneys love when we win, and we want to win soon. And if we're not going to win, we want to know that soon too, because we're getting information from every single case we process. We're finding out, is what I'm doing working? What are the new trends? How is adjudication moving? I want my work to be completely ready for the moment that we're in. If new things are showing up in RFEs, I want to know. I want all my cases I want that to be in my own mind when I'm working on all my cases. Also love to get cases off the books. So once it's filed, I just want it approved as fast as possible. Once it's approved, if your priority date is current, I get to do more work, the adjustment of status. So I want to do that too. I don't want my clients calling me for a year asking for case updates, when with premium processing, we could have had that answer within weeks. But sometimes it's still worth it. And for your circumstances, I would really encourage you to think about how premium processing is actually, aside from making you feel better that you're going to have an answer sooner, how does having that answer sooner change your options? Is it necessary, or would it be really helpful for helping you actually maintain your status? For getting an answer sooner so your spouse can get an H-4 EAD, for example. Some people just want to have it faster, but they already have an I-140 approved through labor certification. So getting another I-140 approved isn't going to meaningfully impact their green card timeline. It's not going to impact it at all. They're going to have another I-140 with the same priority date. Obviously, if you're doing an EB1A, you're moving from an EB2 or EB3 up to EB1A, then that can get you a faster green card. That's absolutely worth considering. But it's just not as simple as, hey, I think you should save money on premium. Even if it were free, and that would obviously lower the concern about is it worth it, I still think it's worth thinking about how using premium processing is going to affect the adjudication of your case and planning a case strategy with your attorney that maximizes your chance for success within a time frame that you can handle.